Well, good morning, everybody. Yeah, we have come out to the east coast this time. So we've actually come to a place called Brightlingsea. Brightlingsea has got a little bit of a touring park, which is being maintained and lawn mowed at the moment. But it's absolutely lovely. So yeah, let's go and take a quick walk around here. I'll show you the facilities quickly. We've just parked literally over there, so yeah, we've pretty much got the place to ourselves, but bar one other motorhome in the distance. We're just going to take a walk. First up, we've got good recycling, some general waste recycling here. Pretty neat and tidy. Very well maintained. Got some glass, a glass section just for glass bottles, etc. We also have the chemical disposal point, which now we've got a cassette in the van. We need to go and empty that on occasion, and that is done down there. To empty your cassettes. Just to show you the gents. So on a code, I'll just move you out of the way. Right, so yeah, very tidy. Yeah, so urinal, got some sinks, some normal warnings, hot water, etc. Be careful. Let's supply with some hand soap, which is always good. A couple of dryers, and then we've got some loos. Yeah, neat and tidy. You can see they've just been cleaned, and then they've got some showers, which just a sort of regular power shower. Close that one up, and then we've got a disabled shower and loo. So yeah, they certainly cater for everybody, which is really good. And another shower, so yeah, 3 showers, 3 loos, 3 sinks, yeah. And push button to get out. That's the gent side, and I think you got on opposite end of the of this block is the ladies. You've got the ladies equivalent over there, also on a code, and then we have just a laundry pot wash area. So inside here you've just got your pot wash for sinks, you've got washing machines, tumble dryers, etc. Yeah, it's very basic, but yeah, if you're coming to spend a couple of days, at least you've got a place to easily wash up and wash dishes, etc. And of course clothing. You can hear me over that lawnmower, but yeah, this is the Brightlingsea touring park. We just booked it on Pitch Up. I think it was about £30, including electric hookup. What's really nice is that each of these pitches have got their own electric and own water supply directly at the pitch, which is really nice. I mean, it's the first time I'm filling up the van with water. Yeah, we probably need to rinse it out a few times because I've not used the water at all. Yeah, each pitch is numbered, and it's got its own water supply, which is really good. We're parked literally right next to a big duck pond, and the duck pond itself is right next to the sea. So I'm going to take a walk, go around the duck pond, and just have a look and see what the the seaside is like. It's a good time to leave the other half in the van, you know, to let her do her thing. So a shower gel, Chanel number 5, all things going all over the place. It's a little duck pond, literally right next to the touring pitch. Bit of a signboard here. Let's have a look. See what we've got. Conservation development. The boating lake at Western Promenade. That lawnmower is a bit of a pain. Sorry if you can't hear me properly. Take a wander around the pond. We decided this time we wanted to come and visit the east coast of the UK. So Brightlingsea is where we're starting as a starting point. Today we're going to head off to Mersea Island. We just need to obviously be careful of the tide times, because it is a causeway that you need to drive across. Yeah, you certainly can't get can't get your timings wrong there, because there's been a number of videos that have shown the consequences of getting the timings wrong at Mersea Island. But I just want to show you what I'm looking at the moment is all these lovely little beach huts. Sort of stretch on for ages. Just literally on the duck pond, and obviously the ones that are down there are facing the sea, so we're going to have a quick look around those. Yeah, well, like I said, we are on the east coast, and we're going to go from Mersea Island. We're going to start heading sort of up the coast or slightly inland, and that might be tomorrow's video as well. But yeah, take you with on the tour and just go exploring. Mrs. and I decided to take a week off, so yeah, just get some fresh air in the lungs, get some headspace. I think work pressures are certainly, and home pressures and family pressures and sort of all sorts of pressures that happen. It's good just to go and just try and switch off for it, if you can, for a bit. Just walk between these two, and then we have wow, of the Brightlingsea Sailing Club right next to us. More of these beach huts. It's quite amazing the number of colours you get. So in the summer, people pop out to their beach huts. Quite pricey, these things. Coming from South Africa, it's a garden shed. It's nothing more than a garden shed. And to spend the sort of money that people spend on it is absolutely crazy. You could buy a van for that. Absolutely lovely though. Just come out and get some fresh air. Unfortunately, it's a bit overcast today, but that's okay. Coat on. It's good to have a countryside code. Be safe, plan ahead, follow indie signs, protect plants and animals, keep dogs under close control. And yeah, importantly, consider other people. I think I was saying about high tide as we want to go towards Mersea Island. High tide today is at 10:30. So in order to get across the causeway, probably can get there with the water at highest point about an hour and a half either side of high tide. You can start going across. So 10:30 this morning is high tide, so I wouldn't really attempt it until you get to about 11:30, or you're simply just going to get stuck, damage a vehicle, and risk somebody else putting it on YouTube. Well, the tide's definitely in. Literally, it's covering these stairs. So low tide will probably allow you to have a bit more of a beach here. I like the name of that one. It's called Happy Hours. Oh, that's also brilliant. Safa the Hut. Very good. Quite clever what people actually do with regards to names. Talking about names, we finally have a name for the van. So yeah, there's. I'm going to put out a short video tomorrow, and stay. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Join us on that one. So find out tomorrow what the name of the van is. I can reveal it's a girl. I'll head back to the van, see what the missus is doing, getting all sorted out, ready to head to Mersea Island. Yeah. Welcome to Brightlingsea. A nice little walk along the waterfront. There's a little children's park play area. I think this place will probably be heaving in the summer. And directly behind me there's the back of these beach huts and a decent sized car park area. Ladies and gents, loos. Skate ramp, skate park. Want to try out your skills. Back in the day, I used to do that, but not so much anymore. And we're heading back to the van. Just walking past the duck pond. People feeding their ducks. It's very pretty. Just pity it's overcast like it is. Lovely. Let's get packed up and head down towards Mersea. Well, there you go. We've got the van parked up in Mersea Island, just in a car park, literally right next to the harbour, which is it's really, really good. Pretty overcast today, but yeah, not too windy. Well, I say that, I've just had the drone popped up, and the drone was giving me a few windy warnings, but yeah, stopped at the West Mersea Yacht Club just for a quick bite to eat absolutely amazing fish and chips. It does say on the sign here that it's a private club and sort of members and competitors and visiting yachtsmen only, but we gave them a call, literally just went in for an amazing fish and chips and a quick pint. So highly recommend, if you are on the islands at all, yeah, try and pop in here and grab a fish and chips. Could not come to the island and have a quick walk towards the water, so paid our parking over here, so we've got a couple of hours. Mrs. didn't feel like coming out, so she's doing some bits and pieces in the van, and yeah, just chilling out. Let's have a look at this, the pontoon, the West Mersea pontoon. It's super windy now. I don't know how much you're going to hear. I'll head out on the pontoon. What happened with the boats at low tide. They literally bottom out. Stay on the walkway as best you can. And, good to sort of do a time lapse of the tide coming in. We don't have that sort of time today, but yeah, it would be good. And this is the actual pontoon. Pretty cool. This is a working harbour. No fishing rods, no picnics, no items posing risk or damage to the pontoon. And that's from the city of Colchester. heading off the pontoon. Welcome to West Mersea. Yeah, it's a really pretty island. Obviously, being an island, lots and lots of boats, as is with the UK. Lots of boats, lots of fishing areas, lots of place to go and do your crabbing, etc. Yeah, highly recommend a visit to Mersea Island. Right, let's jump back in the van, get the heating on because it's a bit chilly, and yeah, we'll head off to the next stop. So come along, let's go. Well, good morning, guys. We're actually in a campsite, and I say we. I've got Julie with me. Hello, Julie.
Hello, Julie.
So yeah, we're actually in a campsite in Polstead at the minute. So yeah, I'll just do a campsite tour a little bit later on. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go to a place called Lavenham. So there's tons of history in Lavenham. So we're going to take a walk around there today, and oh, bloody cannon going off. And yeah, let's just go and see what we can find in Lavenham. We'll probably end up having a bite to eat, and yeah, come along for the walk, come along for the drive, and yeah, we'll see you in a bit. 2, 1, go.
Hello everybody, welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're not. Today we're going to go, so we're in a place called Polstead, which is in Suffolk, and today we are going to go to a place called Lavenham, which sounds really exciting. I've never been there before, but it's been used for a Harry Potter film, the Deathly Hallows, and there's a crooked house there that I want to go and see. Lots of shops which Mike will love, and hope we have a really nice day. Catch up with you later. Thank you. Bye bye.
All parked up in Lavenham. It's parking with some loos on the side. I think what's the impressive part is you don't often see prices of parking like this. So up to 2 hours for £1, all day for £2.50. You know, you can't argue with that. So yeah, we've got an all-day ticket. Would you say that's Georgian, love? It's very crooked. It doesn't look like it should be allowed to be standing, to be fair. Yeah, some of the architecture here is really good. From Poppy Day. Just remembering the soldiers is always good. To the men of the 487th Bomb Group. That's what these memorials are for. This is the Guildhall. Do you want to go and have a look? Do you want to go and have a look? Open from 10 to 4. Last admissions at 3:30. The Festivals of Blossoms.
Persuaded Henry that we should have a weekly market here, and in those days you had to get the King's permission and a market charter, and so he agreed, and so Lavenham set up a weekly market here, which really began to put the place on the map, because there weren't that many towns that were allowed to have markets in those days. So that gave it a bit of a boost. And then it really got turbocharged in the 1380s, by which time Edward III had come to the throne. He was quite an entrepreneurial king, and he wanted to turbocharge the English economy. And the way he thought of doing that was to encourage everybody to set up a cloth industry in their own town or city. And so the people in Lavenham thought, yeah, we could do that. One little problem is we don't have any sheep, but apart from that little problemette, we can always bring them in from other sheep producing counties, so we can make cloth here. But because everyone was making cloth at the time, they wanted something that would make Lavenham cloth be instantly recognisable and justify a price premium, the original designer label, if you like. And the only way they could do that was by colour. And so they decided to adopt the colour blue, and only blue. So Lavenham cloth became known as Lavenham blue because it was only offered in that one colour. And we think that they chose blue purposely because in England at the time there were things called the sumptuary laws. These were a series of royal edicts issued by kings which were designed to maintain the existing social and class structure in society. So they would restrict what you could do in your daily life, what clothes you could wear, what colour you could wear, depending on your social status, to immediately mark you out as being from that particular class. So at the top end you had the blacks, the reds, the purples, the golds, the nobles. At the bottom end you had the browns, the greys, the creams for the workers. And blue sat in between the middle. They were like the filling in the sandwich. Blue could be worn by nobility, but also could be worn by upper and middle classes. People with a few more pennies to spend on a high quality cloth. So that was their unique selling point. They thought that's the sector of the market we're going to target. And I guess much to their surprise it proved hugely successful. If you saw somebody walking down the road wherever you were, dressed head to toe in blue, you knew that was Lavenham cloth. You knew they were a person of some wealth because they could afford Lavenham blue cloth. So it marked them out. And Lavenham really took off like a rocket. And by the 1520s, it had become one of the richest towns in England on the back of this single product offering.
That's crazy, isn't it?
In 1524, the 20 clothiers in Lavenham, 20 individuals, paid more tax in that year than the entire tax bill for the city of York. So you can imagine just how wealthy they'd become. And they used that wealth to invest in the village. They built the church at the top of the hill. They built guild halls like this. But this was a Catholic guild hall. It was nothing to do with trade. In Tudor England, you had three sorts of guilds. You had the merchants' guilds, which were trade. You had the craft guilds, which were trade. By far the most numerous were the Catholic religious guilds, of which there were literally thousands in Tudor England. There were 500 in Suffolk alone. And
I didn't
in
know
Lavenham.
that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Nobody has heard of them really to this day. But the thing that marked out this guild from the other guilds was that it was made up of the 10 wealthiest clothiers in Lavenham. People who made huge fortunes on the back of Lavenham blue and could invest that money in buildings such as this. And they thought, well, we're in a Catholic guild now. We're the Guild of Corpus Christi. We're the elite. We need a meeting place. So they erected this building just as that in 1529.
That's the guild house.
When Lavenham was its peak, economic peak of wealth and success. And they threw money at this place, massive amounts of wood, all English oak, glass windows. So expensive in Tudor times. Most people had wooden shutters because only the top knobs could afford glass in the window. But to the members of this guild, it was just petty cash. So they could, so they did.
They did.
So they had a good run of it for 18 years. But in that 18-year period, two things happened which brought Lavenham down to its knees. The first was that the cloth industry collapsed. And it was driven by three main things. Competition from Flemish weavers who were coming in and offering cheaper cloths in a wide range of colours, not just blue, because by this time the sumptuary laws had begun to disappear in terms of importance. So people could now choose what colour they wore. irrespective of their class. High taxes imposed by Henry VIII on the big earners in the kingdom. And lastly, from Lavenham's point of view, the supply of the blue dye, which they depended on for their cloth, came from woad. Woad is an actual plant that grows in the wild in the south of France. So they were importing shiploads of woad from the south of France to give the cloth its blue colour. Fine, no problem at all, until good old Henry fell out with the Pope and was excommunicated from the Roman Catholic Church.
They couldn't import.
Of which the French and Spanish Catholic kings took a dim view of Henry's behaviour and so closed their ports to English ships, which meant not only was the export to the continent,
Like Brexit of the day.
Yes, yeah, Brexit back in the day.
That's right.
Yeah.
The woad tap was turned off. They couldn't get the woad anymore from the south of France.
It's fascinating, that.
The rich weavers here thought, well, this'll blow over. It's just a trade thing. It's politics. It'll be sorted. We'll sit tight. It's our unique selling point. It's how we've made our fortunes. We're not going to try and reduce the quality to compete head on. We're going to stick with this because it'll come again. It never did.
Wow.
And so the whole cloth industry went into a terminal tailspin and crashed and burned. And several of the weavers moved out. But this Guildhall survived until 1547, by which time Henry VIII died. His son Edward VI came to the throne. He passed a law making all Catholic guilds throughout the length and breadth of England illegal and closed them all down,
Wow.
including this one. So in 1547, this Guildhall closed and became empty. And that was the final straw for the remaining weavers who had lost their business, they'd now lost their religion, and they upped sticks and left Lavenham, leaving effectively an impoverished village with no future, no current cloth trade, and loads of buildings just standing empty like this one.
That's crazy. It's
This
fascinating,
building
isn't
stood
it?
empty for 100 years. 100 years. And was then converted, I'll just show you on the chart. 1529 it was built. 1547 closed as a Guildhall. Stood empty for 108 years and was then converted into a prison, which you'll visit when you go upstairs. And a workhouse, likewise, upstairs. Not very nice things to contemplate, but the thing to remember is that workhouses at this time, before the Victorian era, were places of comparative caring. They'd originally been boosted by Elizabeth I, who saw the link between crime and poverty and thought, if I can alleviate the problem of poverty, that will reduce the amount of crime. Tick. So she encouraged villages like this to set up caring workhouses in their particular village to look after the poor in the village. And it was an attractive proposition. If you were a seasonal worker and the worker dried up in winter, you could come along to the workhouse here with your whole family and stay for the whole winter. You'd be sheltered, you'd be fed 3 meals a day. If you fell ill, you'd be treated free of charge. Wow, the original NHS.
Yeah, NHS was born.
Yeah. But of course that had to be paid for. And the way it was funded was by every parishioner having to pay a tax, the poor rate.
Oh, the poor tax.
Yeah. And over a few centuries, large swathes of the population came round to the belief that village workhouses like this, which they'd been paying for centuries, had actually become refuges for the work shy. They were too soft an option. If you couldn't be bothered to find a job, go in a workhouse. So the government responded in 1836 by closing all of them down and replacing them and rebuilding large union workhouses, which quickly became places of last resort. Nobody wanted to go to those. So ours closed in 1836, and then it went to various other uses, as you can see. It was a school, almshouses, Methodist chapel. In World War II it was used as a social meeting club for American air crews who were based just outside Lavenham during the bombing campaign, Nazi Germany. There was a nursery here. for children evacuated to Lavenham during the Blitz, and also what was known as a British restaurant. This was a national network of soup kitchens set up in World War II by the Ministry of Food to help people who were really suffering hardship through losing the main breadwinner in the war, or housing children who had been evacuated during the Blitz, didn't have a ration card for them. So this national network of British restaurants was set up all around the UK, 2,300 of them by 1943, and we had ours here.
Nice.
So those three things all gave these buildings a purpose again, a vitality, a life. But when the war ended, all those requirements ended with it. And so the building fell empty again. And in 1951, the National Trust agreed to take it on. So that's the potted, varied history of this building.
That is a good story, David.
That's so interesting, isn't it?
You know, you walk into a building like this, you'd never really know the history.
No.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about the sumptuary law.
Sumptuary laws.
I didn't know about that. I'm just thinking back to my Ladybird books as a child when all the kind of merchants wore this light blue kind of trouser, puffy sleeve
That's right.
thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of when you
Sumptuary
said that.
laws. That's right.
That's the cat's deterrent, isn't it? Who would have thought coming through to Lavenham, the Guild House? Is it Guild House or Guild Hall? Guild Hall. And getting the stories of so much history. There's a witch mark on the chimney breast right there. The camera's picking it up properly, but if you just put the sack down a bit, look, it's pretty much that mark there on the chimney breast, which effectively prevents the witches from coming down the chimney. Something that Santa Claus definitely didn't want. Walk up and down the high street of Lavenham just to see what is here, what's not here. I need to find a co-op as well to get you some chocolate and some water, drinking water. Look at these houses, Joe. Look at the house. Looks like it's going to fall down.
Yeah.
Another tea room across the way. It's another pink house. There just seems to be pink houses in this area all over the place. What on earth would make people think to paint a house pink? The architecture is great. And there's the actual crooked house. Absolutely amazing. Where's that nursery rhyme come from?
There was a little man who walked a crooked mile and found a crooked sixpence upon a crooked stile. He found a crooked cat that caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house.
Sounds like it should be a song.
You can see it.
Go on, sing a song. There was a crooked man. But that's the actual inspiration for the actual nursery rhyme itself, is the crooked house. Wow. At least it's not pink.
I always feel like I feel a bit of...
Basket action.
What?
Bit of basket action. Onto Lady Street. Sort of heading back up to the Guildhall was. Another pink house. Goodness. Heading back to the van now, and we've probably got one more stop. I want to go and see the old church, so let's take a quick drive over there and yeah, see if I can get a bit of a shot of the church, and then we'll head back to the campsite. Let's go. Hey, morning guys. As promised, let's go for a campsite tour. You know, in for a shower. Best place to put the towels after a shower is to just prop them against the mirrors, which as Dora's got nice big ears, why not? Really peaceful and quiet site. You know, it's literally on a very, very quiet road. There's a main road to the left, which you can hear some traffic in the evenings, but yeah, it calms down about 6-7 o'clock. It's nice and quiet. So this is the entrance. This is Polstead Country Park, which is a sort of motorhome caravan. Well, not really caravan park, but it's a sort of motorhome park. You need to phone and telephone number before you actually get in, and then the lady on site will come and open up the gate for you and give you your code. Obviously, you can call her number if there's any issues at all. Let's just go around the boom. New arrivals, drive slowly, keep dogs on leads, etc. Yeah, and coming into the main site, you've got the reception straight ahead of you. A nice sign. Yeah, so inside here you've got a small shop with the reception. A small shop just gives you just a few bits and pieces that you may have forgotten. Screwdrivers, toilet rinse, you know, all the other essentials that you would normally need. And some drinks, some ice creams. Lovely clock in the corner there. Yeah, and then you've got some books, and if you're into that sort of thing, go and grab yourself a book and read. Yeah, it's quite a high-rated pitch-up winner. It's got its pitch-up awards, 9.6, pretty good. And then you've got the reception times. very, very well kept site. Right, let's go take a wander around. So it works on a one-way system. So as you're coming in, you would turn left and then just follow the route around. And you can see there's a couple of caravans here already. There's a lawnmower going in the background, so I don't know how well you will hear me, but let's carry on regardless. Yeah, so you've got a caravan motorhome parked up here already. Each of these hard-standing pitches have got electric hookup next to them, so it's just a case of just finding a pitch, booking in, getting allocated a number, and plugging in your electrics. And this is where we've parked. So there's Dora, all snugged away. She's got her electric hookup plugged in, and yeah, I'm not going to do the inside of the van. The good missus is making some breakfast, so I'm not going to go into there. I'll just take a walk around the other pitches. It's quite empty at the moment, so it's obviously this time of year it's quite quiet, which is nice. There's some more sort of hard-standing pitches through there. In fact, let's go and take a quick walk. You'll probably see where the lawnmower guy is. Just love the smell of fresh cut grass. Guy. Yeah, last night we stayed on the pitch I just showed you, but the night before we stayed on pitch number 30, which is just here. Back up to the sort of main area. It's a circular site. I'll put the drone up in a second, but it's a circular site where all the facilities are sit in the middle of the site itself, where pretty much all the ablution facilities are in that building. We'll just going to take a quick look. Sure if anybody's in here, but let's go in anyway. So this is the laundry, the laundrette. There's the laundrette, and inside here you've got your washing machine, tumble dryer. You've got a bit of a clothing wash section, and next to that you've got a pot wash section for dishwashing. Very tidy, it's very clean. So running hot water to the dishes. Sometimes it's easier just to quickly bring the dishes to this area, to do them from here rather than do them in the van itself. Right, and that's that little bit. Important to have a bit of a bug hotel and a place to stay as well. Inside gents, we've got showers and loos. I'm probably going to need to do a voiceover inside that because they've got a radio playing inside, so probably do a voiceover for that bit. But on the outside, we've got just a few bits and pieces from a science perspective, where to go, what the Wi-Fi zones are, if you don't have Wi-Fi built into the van. Reception hours, going for a walk, pubs, local pubs. We've got the Brewer's Arms literally as a 5-minute walk, top of the lane. Very, very nice. You've got the ladies showers, loo facility. So Mrs. went for a quick shower earlier. And then you've got the disabled toilets this side. Around this side you've got we have a bit of an Alsan point for toilet chemical disposals. It's where they go for your midnight wheeze and you need to actually go and dispose of it for you. So yeah, nice tidy place to go and do that. And then you also have a grey waste service point. So if those that have showers on board, wash their dishes on board, you can go and empty the grey waste into the facility provided here. Again, you can also top up with some fresh water. It's just literally plug in your hose pipe and fill the tanks on the van, which is yeah, it's always good to have sort of a reasonable amount of fresh water on board. We carry bottled water as well, just as an emergency. But yeah, let's go and take a quick look in the loos and showers. And yeah, I'll need to do a voiceover for those bits. Right, so we've got 4 loos. We've got the normal loos as you would expect. We've got a few sinks. We've got me in the mirror. Hello. And a couple of showers.
To protect them from intruders, but actually we're 16% more likely to experience
And
flooding and break-in.
those that require hair dryers, we've got hair dryer facilities as well, and some more showers and some. It's one of those push button showers where you've got to basically push the button, it stays on for a few minutes and then turns off again. So dry hands, and there's a couple of urinals. And that's it. So that's just a quick tour. Well, guys, thanks for coming along for this one. This was just one that we headed out to Brightlingsea, Lavenham and Mersea Island, which was on this trip. So yeah, we're going to be carrying on our little adventure for the rest of this week. Join us on the next one. Pop another video up next week. But if you like this type of content, give me a thumbs up in the section below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.